There are a few different ways to order using the Simple Order system. Here I am in a test version of the ordering system. This is not for your lab. This is just something we use for testing. I'm going to go ahead and click on Order Now for the glossy prints. This is just what I'll use for an example. And once you're in the editor, we call this the editor, where you can choose a size over on the left, and then there's a crop box in the center. Once I've chosen a size on the left, 4x6, I can now click Select an Image. I can click anywhere in this box, but I'll just click where it says Select an Image. And this will open up a file browser, and I'm just going to click on an image there. And now it's loaded in the editor. I can use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out, and then by clicking and dragging, I can move it around in the crop box. Now I'm just going to click on Add to Cart. So another thing you can do is you can actually drag and drop into the editor. So I have Bridge open, and if I just drag this image into the crop box, now it's in here, and I can zoom in as needed and then add it into the cart. Another thing you can do is load images into a gallery on the right side here. I'll click on Load Images, and I'm just going to grab a bunch of images here, and now they're going to load over here. So I can click on an image, it'll load in the cropper, and now I can add to the cart with this button here, or you'll also notice when you have one selected, there's an Add to Cart button there. If you don't need any cropping, this is a quick way to just go through them and add them into the cart. So what happens if you have hundreds of images you want to order? The way we've shown you using Order Now and then editing stuff within the editor using the crop box can be very slow if you have hundreds of images. So that's where the batch order comes in. If I click on Batch Order, here's the products within the catalog, glossy prints. If I choose the 8x10 product size, you'll get the file browser, and I'll click on the first thumbnail, and then I'm going to press Control A on a PC or Command A to select all of them if you're on a Mac, and then I'm going to click Open, and now you'll see down here it's loading 403 images directly into the cart, where we've bypassed the cropping screen, and now we're in the cart. If those images were already cropped by you outside of our system to the size that you're ordering, 8x10, you could now check out and go ahead and complete the order, and you would be done. If the files that you added into the cart need to be cropped, you can still do that this way, and this is the most efficient way to do it. You can click the pencil icon here on the top image, and notice there's a crop icon here saying cropping has not been checked. When I click on this pencil icon, now I'm back in the editor, and I can zoom in with the scroll wheel on the mouse and do the same drag around by click and drag. And now if you click the arrow keys, I'm going to click the right arrow key, it's loading in the next image. So I can scroll through the images using the right and left arrow keys. If I do the left arrow key, I'm back to the previous one. Up here it's telling you which file you're on out of the total number of items in the cart. And you can just go through all of your images and load them one at a time. Each time you press the arrow key, the right arrow key, it's saving the changes that you did to the cropping. And this is the most efficient way. If you really needed to crop 400 images, this would be much quicker than the previous way where you had a gallery on the right-hand side. Once you get to the 403rd image, there'll be a little banner that'll pop up here saying you're on the last one, so you'll know that you're done, but you could also check up here to see what your progress is. Now if we go back to the cart, you'll notice there is no crop icon over here. There's also this information blurb of text here where it says there's 394 uncropped. The cart has 403, so it knows that we've cropped 9 images. And if you scroll down, here you'll see where the next icon is to say that this image has not been cropped. If you don't crop them, it's going to center crop like it will when you first enter in the editor. So if you'll notice, I can move this to each side. It's cropping in the center, and that's it. If you send them to us like that, if you order them and don't review the cropping, that's what you're going to get is center cropped images. So one thing to note over here is on the left, there is no thumbnail. We do various things with the thumbnail depending on how many items you have in the cart and how large the images are. For performance reasons, these thumbnails aren't shown. You can always click on the thumbnail and you'll see a larger preview image. And then whether or not you're seeing the thumbnail over here or this preview image, this is the full file. It doesn't take into account any cropping that's been done.